So this is the nut that goes to the other side. You insert it from this little opening, alright? And then you don't have to tighten it up. Alright, I admit, this is a smart design. But why can you be so smart on one end and so stupid on the other end?
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another video. Today we are working on the rear suspension of the E36. Over here you can see a big smiley face, not mine, this one. Alright, over here we got the rear trailing arm bushing on top. Those two eyes are the washers for it. And then we got the Camber arm, we got the rear trailing arm bushing bracket, and then we got the two brake lines. So for this one, it uses a divorce brake line design. So one long brake line is actually divided to two. I don't know why, but I'll figure that out later. And some of y'all might ask me, "Ooh, Rico, why don't you get the spherical ball joint for the rear trailing arm bushing?" Well, I don't want it. I think I just dented my hood. Anyways, let's go. Before we start today's video, well, actually I already finished everything. Magic of editing. According to YouTube, a lot of you guys are new viewers, which means you guys aren't subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Please do me a favor, if you like this video, hit that like button, and if you want to watch more of this, consider subscribing. Now let's get back to the video. Alright y'all, so first of all, we're going to do the rear trailing arm bushing and the rear trailing arm bracket. Before you do anything, before you even touch it, get to the backside of the trailing arm. You'll see two 10mm bolts that are holding the brake line onto the rear trailing arm. You have to do this first, otherwise once you unbolt these, yeah, you're seeing it right now. These three bolts, this arm is gonna drop down and you're gonna snap the brake line. So yeah, even though we're changing the brake line today, just so you know, you have to unbolt these two to release the brake line. Get an 18mm socket. Nope. Got a ratchet at this point. Alright y'all, now we can bring this bad boy down just enough to loosen up the 18mm nut and bolt. I actually made a video about the rear trailing arm bracket that I showed you guys earlier in this video. If you want to take a look at that, link is going to be over here. And yeah, it's a little bit different than the stock one. It's actually a lot better. It gives you a longer slot for adjustment. It actually has a pickup point adjustment as well, working as a geometry correction. So now this one is off. You can either just change the bracket, or if you want to change the bushing as well, now you can move on to Camber arm. Grab yourself an 18mm socket and an 18mm wrench. Alright, now with the Camber arm finally out of the way, we can wiggle this down. Ah, oh, buddy, you died over there. It's a dead spider. Anyways, same thing, 18mm in and out. We're gonna deal with the bushing itself. Now, I've seen so many people have set this on fire, using the, ooh, somebody's having a party, okay. Anyways, you don't have to set this on fire. Let me show you a way faster and in a way cleaner way, at least to the atmosphere. Now, bust out the biggest drill you have. In my case, it's a 1/2" drill bit, and then I'm gonna use a 3/8 as well. Get your impact drill. Alright, change to a bigger size. Ooh, it's hot. Don't touch it. Make sure you don't touch it. Whew. And now, get your Sawzall. And now, we're gonna try to cut a slit on the bushing. Got a flathead screwdriver and a hammer. Oh. Would you look at that? So for this job, you don't necessarily need a Sawzall. You can just spend more time to use the flathead screwdriver because it's only a thin aluminum wall on the bushing. So it's really easy to be, torn up. So yeah, that's my way of doing it. Now let's put the new bushing into this and move on to the next. All right, as for the bushing, I got these from Condor Speed Shop. It's not the regular bushing either. It is the toe correction version of it. So what it does is, you can see there's a thin side and a thick side. To correct the toe out when you're running zero camber for a drip car, you want to install the thin side on the inside and the thick side on the outside to give it more toe in. Now we can break it apart, take out the insert, and then lube it up. Having a sleeve from the outside or the inside, whichever way you want. And now we can put the washers on from each side and then install the bracket. Now the bracket is on, we can move on to the camber arm. Alright y'all, here comes my least favorite part of today's video. Let me see if we can find a good angle to show you guys why I don't like it. So this is what it looks like. Oh, that's the sun, don't mind the sun from underneath. Usually the camber arm attaches to this spot over here. Don't worry, it's not aligning because this one is off. But that's not an issue. Alright. If you follow the camber arm, come to this side, you will see. So whoever was the engineer of the rear suspension of the E36, his head, his big ass head, gotten kicked by a donkey that morning. Whichever day he came up with this idea. This is the bolt that secures the rear camber arm, right? And then, well, this is relatively clever. So this is the nut that goes to the other side. You insert it from this little opening, all right? And then you don't have to tighten it up. All right, I admit, this is a smart design. But why can you be so smart on one end and so stupid on the other end? Look at this. There is no way, no physical way that you can remove this bolt without sliding this entire diff backwards. Why? Like, I do not understand till this day. This is such... Anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen up all of these bolts on the diff. I already loosened up this one. I'm gonna use the jack to slide this diff back without completely removing it, and then I'll remove this one and then I'll install this side at the same time. Yeah, I actually finished up this side yesterday. Yeah, that's what you have to do to deal with this. Smartass, thank you so much to come up with this idea. Oh, just in case some of y'all might want to say, oh, this is for safety, you know, even if the bolt backed out, it's not going to back all the way out, you can still have this cam arm. But look at this end! This end is just open. Like, you can be losing a nut and the bolt at the same time on this end, or this. You can be losing this bolt as well. I've lost it once. So, yeah, this is definitely not for safety. There's just... You can put the... I don't know, like,
you can come up with some different ideas. You can put the bracing on top of this and then make this an open, I don't know, whatever, a shorter bolt, something like that. Anyways, enough of shit talking. Let me get back to work. Huh. So now I got the camber arm. I accidentally tapped the axle and all of the dirt from the axle. Oh, Ugh. I was talking to. Oh my god. Anyways, people, insert one end into the socket first. Insert. Alright, good enough. Now, got the nut. I'm not gonna show you how exactly to insert it, but just so you know, you gotta insert it from the bottom, tighten it up. I think it's in. Alright, the rest of it will be really simple. Insert the bolt, pop the washer and the nut on from the other side. Now we are going to install this back to where it belongs. So while you're installing it, you can use a flathead screwdriver like what I'm doing, just to align it. Make sure you get into the right hole. And now there you have it, the completely upgraded rear suspension. Alright people, that's it for today's video. I'm gonna film the second video, which is the brake line right now. Make sure to check that out once it's out. And please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to leave a comment below once you finish watching it. Peace.